Excuse me. Have you had an interview recently? I have had a few, and I thought I was being interviewed by a person, and technically maybe I was, but there was a lot more to it. So hello, how's everyone? I hope everyone's doing good. Thank you for being here. I appreciate all of you for coming and checking out my channel and checking out this video. Today we're gonna get into talking about a few things. We talk about everything here over 50, and how it's been out here looking for a job and other things that have happened in life. And today I want to get into talking about my experience with a few interviews I have had recently, and I didn't know a few things, and I think it would have been helpful to know what a few things were before I got into an interview with an AI bot. Yeah, so had an interview, and this has now been in a few interviews. The first one I had the interview, and it was very interesting because I think it was on Google Meetings or something. So anyway, when they come up on the screen, if you guys have done any online interviewing, it comes up on the screen and you can see the person who's interviewing you. They should have their face on there, or at least something. And then it has the other people that might also be involved in the interview. Anyway, so I go on and the interview clicks on, and I see the person that I'm interviewing with. He happens to be a gentleman. He pops on, and then another screen pops on, like another person, but it doesn't have a face. There's no video. It just has an R or a letter. I think it was an R though. Anyway, so he says something that is his note taker. I thought, okay, I didn't really know what it was, not familiar. Thought it was just something that was going to record what we were saying, or it could have been a person. I really wasn't sure at first. I thought maybe it was a person, but then I thought, well, that's strange that they're not on the call with us. Anyway, long story short, we got through the interview. It was a great interview. Young, gentleman that had the company. I think there was a few partners. He mentioned they were all sounded like all men pretty much that were at the company, which was, just kind of what I was picking up from him talking. Anyway, the interview went great, as great can be with interviews these days. And we went on to ending the interview, and he said, okay, well, you'll receive an email closing out the interview, and you'll receive the notes from the interview. Great. Okay, that's something I never really get, the notes, So I get the email from them, and it comes from an AI tool. So this AI tool is called, I believe the one he was using was called Read AI. I'm sure there's others out there. I was totally unfamiliar with it. It's not just a note taker, okay? This is an AI professional setup score taker for different categories during your conversation and your interview. It scored me on all kinds of things. I had no idea. It scores you on your speaking, how fast you speak, how relevant you are to the questioning. There was so many factors in there, and the one that stood out and surprised me the most was it was a section that had, and I'm trying to say this correctly, what is that called? Okay, sorry about that little pause. I had to cheat. So the Read AI report scored on communication style and inclusivity. So in the inclusivity part, it referenced that I had 2 marks because during my interview I spoke as, I guess, as a conversation, and I said you guys, referring to the gentleman and his other male business partners, and it marked me 2 marks. I'm not like trying to exclude anyone ever. I would never want to do that. But the fact that it was so precise that I said that phrase twice in the conversation, that it marked me 2 points. I don't know what it's scoring, if those are 2 negative points or what, for inclusivity, because I was not inclusive. I was shocked. I could not believe it. It kind of blew me away. And then it had just all the details and how many times you say how many times you say like, all these things in there that were, I couldn't believe that this was happening, and it scores you with a percentage. So I'm assuming if they're using this tool, one is, do they have to disclose it during the interview? I don't know if people would have to disclose it or are required to disclose it. It has been disclosed to me in the interviews I've had that it's been used in. And one interview, they even asked if it was okay for them to use it, asking my permission. So I don't really know what the rules are on that. Is this like an invasive thing? Should they be asking our permission to use this during our interviews? Or is this standard? Do they not have to say anything? I'm just not sure. This is all new to me. I wish I would have known about this when I first seen it in an interview. It would have, I don't know if it would have triggered me to do anything different, or say anything different, because I'm just a human. I'm not a robot. I'm not perfect. So it's not going to give me any kind of perfect score here. But yeah, so if you don't like being graded on your performance every second of the day, I don't know. Like, that to me is like using AI just to go over things that you don't really necessarily use in that context. I don't know. Let me know your guys' feelings, because to me this is just all new. I didn't like it. I don't think it's fair. And I think if they're going to pick people off of their score, then they're going to get people that aren't really going to be good for their company, because I'm sorry, the interviews are so fake. I mean, what are you supposed to do? You want the job, so you tell them what they want to hear, right? It's like, so how do you actually get any kind of credibility out of that? I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, you guys, I'm at a loss. Still haven't heard back from the job I applied to on Monday, but that's okay. I'm hoping that I got in soon enough, because I did notice that the posting kind of had been out there for a little while. Of course, I didn't see it because I was dealing with all my hacker mess. It wasn't applying to anywhere. So now I still haven't applied to any other jobs. I'm still pretty, freaked out about all that. I don't want to ever have to go through what I went through again. It was even hard for me to like kind of get on here today and do this video, because I'm so over technology and I'm over being on my computer, and I just want to go outside, touch some grass, hug a tree. I don't know, do anything but deal with any kind of technology. So I think that might be what I may do for the rest of today. Not sure, but usually it doesn't work out that way, but we shall see. Anyway, you guys, if you guys are interested in YouTube, ever thought about trying getting on here, YouTube, talking I never thought I would, but here I am every day almost now, or as much as I can possibly. And I'm enjoying it. I'm having fun having these conversations. I think my husband's liking it because I'm getting out a lot of my frustration here by telling you guys what's going on. So by the time he gets home, he's like, oh, she doesn't need me for that. He doesn't have to hear it. Anyway, yeah, so if you guys are interested in YouTube, I have a great coach. His name is Kevin. He has Common Sense Method under the Skool, Skool. He's just posting every day, great information. We have a group of about 200. I think it's about 200 people in the community, and everybody's very helpful with each other and very supportive of each other. So if you've ever thought about starting YouTube and have no idea what to do, how to start, or if you'd even get 1 subscriber, go to the Skool, check it out. Everybody there is real helpful, like I said, real friendly, and Kevin is a great coach. So I will leave a link to that Skool Common Sense Method down in the description box. And I think that's all I have for you guys today. It's a little bit shorter video, but we'll get back together here real soon, and we'll talk some more and hopefully find some more income, or something else might happen. You never know. We'll see. Have a great day.